on the defensive side. Are there any concerns, though, offensively, especially because it seems like there are times where you have stretches where the offense clicks and is running at 100%, and then there are times it looks like the offense struggles for a series of possessions?
No, I'm really not concerned about it. I mean, we missed some shots. I mean, we stretched there in the first half. I think we missed 4 layups. I mean, you can't get any better shots, Steve. So it's one of those where it's like, the ball just didn't go. But what we have done such a good job of in the past year, which we've got to get back to, is if we're not scoring, we're stopping you from scoring. And we've lost that identity, and we got to keep working to get that back.
Hey, Jeff, it's Dominic Yates with the Courier-Journal. You kind of mentioned how it was sloppy at times and, defense, and it just wasn't there. But I'm sure you have to at least been pleased with just the effort, the hustling for the loose balls and just really doing what you needed to do to kind of pull away and get the win.
No, I was. I thought we came up with a lot more 50-50 balls than we had been getting in the past. So that was a positive for sure. And then we just got to, we've got to continue to work on setting each other up at the offensive end. And so sometimes we take some contested tough shots where we have to eliminate those to get some easy ones.
Jeff, this is Andrew Chernoff with WLKY. First of all, condolences on the Steelers not in the Super Bowl tonight. But secondly, outside of
thank you.
You're welcome. And then outside of Dana Evans, are you noticing any other players that she obviously wants control of the game right at the end of the ball game? Is there anyone else that you could see also somewhat over time stepping up to also be a compliment for her down the stretch?
Well, I think we've got a bunch of them. I think Haley Van Lith, Kiana Smith, Olivia can do it. E can do it. But like O went up there and set a great screen for Dana at the top, right there at a 1-point game, and got her wide open. And Dana does what she does, and she knocked down a big 3.
Hey, Jeff, it's Tyler from WHAS. You talked about Kiana a little bit. I thought she nailed some pretty huge threes down the stretch of the game, or maybe when Notre Dame would kind of chip away at that lead. Just what did she give you today that really impressed you?
Well, I thought she was much more physical today than she has been in the past. That's what excited me. She got her nose in there a few times. In the second half, she comes up and gets a deflection. Then it bounces off of a Notre Dame player to go out of bounds. I was really pleased with that. And that's the area that I keep challenging her on, that we got to continue to embrace, because she's really, really good at the offensive end. She's really smooth. And we just got to embrace that physicality on the defensive end.
Hey, Jeff, it's Cameron with the Courier-Journal. I'm curious, have you given any thought to Thursday being Dana's last game at the Yum Center, and how fast did that time kind of fly by for you all, you think?
No, you know what? I really haven't given much thought up to it yet, because, in this year, who knows if a game's not canceled somewhere else and we add a home game. So there's still a chance that there might be some more games, but it's been it's been an amazing 4 years. If you just look back and look at what we've done over those 4 years, and Dana's been a big part of things. It was sad that obviously for all of our kids last year that the season was cut short there at the NCAA tournament. That was a great ball club that I thought we had a great shot to make some noise in March. And now, we're 17, 18-1 right now, and we've got a lot of basketball in front of us, and we're going to continue to need her leadership as we go down the stretch to try to help, get our younger ones to understand the pressure that's going to start to come game in and game out.
Will you all still do senior day stuff for her?
Yes, we will have a virtual whatever. I mean, unfortunately, her parents can't come down on the court, but we will honor her. Just like we do with all the other seniors with a presentation of a jersey and all of that good stuff. But it will be, COVID protocols will be followed.
And I guess lastly on Dana, there was a point last year, I believe, after the Kentucky game, where you made a joke that you weren't quite calling Dana a point guard yet, because she obviously scores a lot. You gotten to the point where you can call her a point guard and kind of let that go?
No, she is. It's never been an issue. Like I've tried to explain to Dana, like I'd rather be called a point guard and a 2 guard and a 3 guard. I'd rather not have a number beside my name. And that's what I've explained to her is like, as a player, I want somebody to say that you're just a basketball player, and that's what Dana is. The kid's a basketball player. I'd put her up against the best point guards in the league, in the country, and I'd put her up against the best shooting guards. So I think that's pretty darn special when you can sit there and say, your coach will put you up against any of them. And that's what she's developed into.
Hey, Jeff, you mentioned what Mikasa brings and how she impacts the game in so many different ways. How crucial are some of those qualities in a game like today where you're kind of going back and forth and they keep battling back in to make it close? That effort really has to show a little bit more in a game like this, I would think.
Well, it always shows. I mean, she is my one that defensively, she knows what everybody's supposed to do. She helps out everybody on the floor. If I could get everybody to just give me 3/4 of what Mikasa gives me at the defensive end of the floor, we would completely change. Our defensive mindset would change. Our presence would change. Just how we would command the floor and command and basically dictate what other teams do, compared to now we just kind of take it.
Anything else for Coach?
I appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you all. Thanks, Coach.